If you can hear typing, Josh is typing, but I'm all the way literally on the other side of the room in this little corner again because I still have not tidied my desk.
Like and subscribe.
Thanks, Josh. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is, for you, the beginning of March, which means if you're kind of type A / really organized in applying for educational institutions, you're probably starting on the journey to think about auditioning for drama school, especially if you're looking to start drama school in the autumn of 2024. Now is a great time to start thinking about where you might want to go, especially if you're like, I know I want to train as an actor, but I have no idea how anything works. So I thought I would do this video to help you guys prepare if you are thinking about auditioning for drama school to start in 2024. If you're thinking about starting drama school this year in 2023, you might be leaving it a little bit late, but hopefully this video will still be helpful for you if you're still looking for some general advice. I'll be going through what to do before you start applying to drama school, going through the application process, the audition process, and afterwards, just with some tips from my own experience when I auditioned for drama school / looking back on that time now and things that I wish that I maybe had done when I was applying. So hopefully these will be helpful tips for you. And yeah, that's enough waffling. Let's get into it. Let's start from the very beginning. I've heard it's a very good place to start. I hate myself right now, but we're just gonna keep on powering through. Before you apply, there's some stuff that you need to do. Now, if you're thinking about applying for drama school, you're probably in one of two camps. You're either in camp A, which is like, I know already what drama school that I want to apply to, or the drama schools that I'm thinking of auditioning for. I know where I'm going to apply, I don't even need to think about it. Or you might be on the complete other end of the spectrum, which is, I know I want to be an actor, and I know that involves going to drama school, but I have no idea about anything. I don't know where drama schools are, I don't know what they're called, I don't know what I have to do. Tip number one is go and see things and see where the people in those things trained. In general, you should see as much as possible in life as an actor, things that you like, things that you don't like, just to build your taste. I've spoken about that in videos before. But in this specific instance, you really need to look and watch things that you want to be in. So if you want to be in musicals, watch musicals. If you want to be in plays, watch plays. If you want to be in films, watch films. TV, watch TV. If you're going to see live theatre, look at the programme. Programmes make it so easy. Just go to the cast list. There'll usually be a section that says training, and if they trained, it will say where they trained. If you know you want to be a dancer, see where the dancers trained. If you are more of an actor-singer, see where the principals and supporting roles trained. With TV and film, it's a bit harder because you don't have that information like in a program, so you'll probably have to do a bit of Googling. If they're famous, they might have a Wikipedia page that says where they trained, or if you do a bit of sleuthing, you might be able to find their CV. With TV and film especially, unless training outside of your home country is an option for you, try and look for the actors that are from the place that you're from. There's no point watching a Marvel film, for example, and seeing where all the American actors trained if you're based in the UK and training in America is not an option for you. The reason you want to do this is because you want to know where the people who are doing what you want to do went to drama school. If you want to do musical theatre and you're a dancer, there's no point training where I trained, which was the Royal Academy of Music. They're not a dance college. You want to be looking at Bird or Lane or Erdang. Do you see what I mean? So that's why you want to do your research about where people trained that are doing what you want to do. The second piece of advice before applying is try to visit as many drama schools as you can before you decide where you want to apply. Arguably, there's no good or bad drama schools, just in the same way that there's no good or bad universities per se. It's more about what you want out of your educational experience, what you want out of your training, the kind of atmosphere you want fostered at the college that you train at. Firstly, if you have no idea what drama schools are like, it would just be good for you to see what drama school is like. You know, what do they look like? What are the facilities like? What kind of rooms will you be working in? They're completely different institutions compared to like universities, for example. And then even within that, there'll be differences depending on, you know, are you in a new purpose-built building with lots of really beautiful new high-tech studios? Or is it an older drama school where you're basically rehearsing in rooms that look like church halls? Many drama schools have multiple courses. So for example, they'll have an acting course and they'll have a musical theatre course. And the cultures within those two courses might be really different. So even if you know someone who's gone to that drama school, if they were on a different course, they might have a different experience compared to the course that you want to be on. Some drama schools have open days like universities, some might not. Your best bet is to look on the website. If you can't find information, email the admissions office or call the admissions office and ask if it's possible to find out if there are any open days, or if you're able to just come in and have a look around because you're interested in applying for this particular course. You can't see it, but I'm just kind of doing a casual American split right now because I cannot feel my left foot right now. Okay. Also at this point, I would advise you to not write off looking at more well-known or more prestigious drama schools. The two big ones that spring to mind in terms of the UK are like RADA and LAMDA, right? And you might think that you don't want to go there for whatever the reason might be. I would advise against that and at least have a look at them if they have courses that you are interested in doing. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that if you go there and you absolutely hate it, apply anyway because it's RADA or LAMDA. Like, don't do that. It's better to go to a drama school where you actually like the vibe and you're excited to go there and it has the kind of atmosphere and ethos and culture that you really want out of your drama school. But the annoying thing about our industry, and a deep dive into this and like the elitism of it or not, is like a topic for another video, and whether this is fair or not is a topic for another video. But the fact of the matter is, if you go to somewhere like RADA or LAMDA, people are going to come and see your showcase and they're going to come and see your final shows. Also, the caliber of teaching arguably could be higher because those institutions, for example, are going to not encourage, are going to, what the feck is the word? This is not good English, but like, it's gonna bring in teachers who have worked in the industry for a long time. People who have worked with the great and good of theatre and film are gonna wanna teach at LAMDA and RADA if they ask them to come and like do a lecture with their students, right? I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that's how it is. Therefore, when you're looking at drama schools to apply for, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't look at some of those more prestigious schools. Go with an open mind, have a look around them if they have an open day or just for a day. If you hate it, you don't have to apply, but it's worth your while having a look, I would say. So that's what you should do before you apply. So you've looked around a bunch of drama schools, you've done your research, you know where you want to apply. How do you apply? Each drama school will be different. First port of call, always go to the drama school website and look on the tab that will inevitably be there saying how to apply. Tip number one, and I cannot stress this enough, read the requirements carefully, and if there is anything you don't understand, whether that's in the instructions on how to apply or in the audition instructions, contact the drama school directly. We're just going to power through despite the noises. Don't ask the internet. Don't ask on forums or Facebook groups. Like, just contact the admissions team directly. They will be happy to help you. They will definitely give you the right answer. Chances are whatever you're asking them is something that's been asked a billion times before. Just ask them directly. You then need to choose your audition material, which will definitely mean at least one monologue, whether you're auditioning for straight acting or musical theatre. Straight acting, you'll usually need 2 contrasting monologues. Musical theatre, I think it depends on the drama school, but you will need at least 1. Some drama schools will still ask for 2 contrasting monologues. And then if you're applying for musical theatre, you're going to need at least 2 contrasting songs. If you're applying for actor musicianship, I'm not sure of the exact requirements, but I would imagine that you probably need to prepare a piece on your instrument of choice as well. And then if you're going to a drama school that has quite a lot of dance, there will be some kind of dance audition as well. So depending on the course you're applying for, that might be a lot of stuff. In this video, I'm going to concentrate on monologues and songs because it's the 2 things that I know most about. It's the things that I had to prepare most of all when I was applying, and wherever you apply, you're probably going to have to do that. Let's start with monologues because that's the most universal. So with monologues, your first port of call will probably be some things like these. Oh no, this is an actual play. This won't be your first port of call. Although, if you're a young man, Bottleneck by Luke Barnes was a very good play. Would recommend. It's a one-man show, plenty of monologue material. But if you don't have any play texts or know of any play texts, then you're probably going to start with something like these, monologue books. Monologue books are a great starting point, but a starting point is all they should be. You may pick up a monologue book like this one, and you might find quite a few monologues that interest you. When I was using this monologue book, I found quite a few. Lots of dogged pages there. They do tend to include a little bit of context, so like a summary of what's going on in the play, what's going on in this particular moment in the play, things like that. But that's not going to give you everything. And also any kind of character information from that is probably pretty accurate, but it's still in the words, and you're taking the opinions of whoever edited these monologue books, right? They're not opinions that you've gathered for yourself. So even if you find the perfect monologue in a monologue book, you need to read the play. Reading the play will give you the full context of the character, of the character's journey up to the point of the monologue and after, so you can make informed decisions about how you play the monologue and how you play the role. Not only that, but especially for things like Shakespeare, reading the play, you might find a different monologue or a different section that can be turned into a monologue that you connect with much better that isn't in the monologue book. One of the downsides of monologue books is that everyone uses them. If you do a monologue from one of these monologue books, especially when you're auditioning for drama school where people are at the start of their acting journey, they might not have seen a lot of theatre, they might not know where else to go looking for monologues, and so they're also using these monologue books. Chances are someone else is going to be doing the same monologue as you that day, at least. So by reading the play, it gives you an opportunity to maybe find something that wouldn't be in a monologue book, even if it's from the same play. Another good thing that you can do with monologue books, if you don't like the monologues that are in here, is look at who the playwrights are or look at the plays. Again, reading the play of a monologue, there might be something else in there that you like better. Or look up the playwright, see what else they've written, see if you can get a hold of a copy of a different play by them and see if there's anything in there. The other really important thing about monologues for drama school is make sure that you pick something that is your casting. It can be really, really tempting to pick up a Shakespeare monologues for women and be like, Lady Macbeth is bae, she's badass, I want to do one of her soliloquies. If you're 17, there is no way in hell you're going to be cast as Lady Macbeth, especially if you look your age. Like, maybe you're a 17-year-old where life has happened to you and you look like you're in your 40s. I hope that's not the case, but chances are, like, you haven't been through that much in your short life to look like a 40-year-old married woman who's contemplating making her husband murder his king, you know? I can't see that happening for you. And there's multiple reasons why you want to go down the what can I actually play route. Firstly, you don't want to make this too hard for yourself. Like, even fully trained professional actors would find it hard to play a character that is ridiculously older or younger than them. When you're auditioning for drama school, why give yourself that headache? You don't have to. You haven't been cast in that role, so why are you casting yourself in that role and making it harder for you to do a good job of showing the panel what you can do? You're way better off and making it easier for yourself to go with something that's closer to your casting in age, in your natural temperament and energy, you know, all of that stuff. Don't fight against like you. Don't fight against yourself. Second thing, and like, don't quote me on this because obviously I've never been on an audition panel, but I can imagine that this would be a factor of you're auditioning for drama school. Presumably you want to be a professional actor. I think a panel would want to have some reassurance that you have some kind of knowledge or understanding of how acting works and have an understanding of, like, you know, you have a casting. Even if it's intuitive, I don't think you necessarily have to be like, oh yes, so people have different casting based on the age that they look and the kind of vibe that they have, and you know, it'll be slightly different for screen than for stage, and you can get away with more. Like, I don't think they care about any of that, but I think it's just intuitively of being like, you can read a monologue and you can be like, yes, I can see myself playing this. Do you know what I mean? So those are the two main reasons that you want to pick monologues that are close to your casting. You don't want to make things harder for yourself, and you want to show that you have an understanding of what your casting is. Secondly, songs. Always with songs, they ask for at least 2 contrasting songs. I think when I auditioned for RAM, I actually had to choose 3 songs. And when you think contrasting, it's really easy to just jump to a contrast in tempo, or a contrast in character, or a contrast in subject matter. But also think about contrast in song style as well. For example, contemporary musical theatre versus more legit musical theatre, or pop, rock, gospel, soul, non-musical theatre music versus a musical theatre song. Again, it's useful because it shows that you have an understanding of the broadness of, particularly musical theatre, the styles of songs and the styles of music that you'll need to sing, as well as having an up-tempo versus a ballad, or having a happy song versus a sad song. You know, there's more types of contrast that you can explore. Yes, so when you're applying and preparing for audition, those are the main things that I would say to keep in mind. So, you did your research, you applied, you've been offered an audition. What do you do? Number 1 is be prepared. Not only with your audition material, which goes without saying, because firstly, if you haven't learnt your monologues, then you haven't learnt your songs, then what have you been doing? But also more than that, be prepared in every other way. Make sure that you know the date and time of your audition, double and triple check it, check the audition requirements, check and double check and triple check what you needed to prepare. Do you need to bring anything with you? Do you have anything else that you need to do? Is there anything that you're going to be asked to do in the audition, like a cold read or anything like that? In terms of the actual audition, where is the audition? Is it at the drama school or is it somewhere else? Have you left yourself extra time just in case there's traffic or if there's delays on the train or tube? Do you know where the entrance is? Do you know how to get from the station to there? And then things to bring with you. How long are you going to be there? Do you need to bring food? Do you need to bring snacks? Have you got enough water? Do you need a change of clothes? If there's going to be a dance audition and you're gonna get sweaty, do you need a spare bra if you wear a bra? Because your bra's gonna get sweaty. If it is a dance audition, what shoes do you need? All of these things, just making sure that you have absolutely everything that you could possibly need, because the last thing you want is to like miss your audition because you got the day wrong, or you've got the day right but you didn't realise that there were train strikes. Everyone's striking in the UK at the moment. Well, as I'm filming this, everyone is striking. Maybe by the time you see this, it's calmed down a little bit, pro-striking. But also, like, if you've got an audition and there's train strikes and you haven't factored that in, then that's going to be a stressful time for you. So just make sure that you've prepared for that and you've checked what the travel sitch is, you know? Second piece of audition advice is to remember that you are also auditioning them. Hopefully you want to go to the drama school you're auditioning for, so you're hoping that they offer you a place, but it's up to you whether you accept that place or not. So audition them. Maybe take some time to see if you can have a bit of a wander around after your audition is done, and you know, as obviously if your audition is at the place. If your audition is somewhere else, you can't do that. But if your audition is at the place, after your audition, see if you can have a wander around. If a current student is stewarding the auditions, which they often do because you get paid for it, Ask them about the course, ask them what they like, what they don't like, ask them how they're finding it. And then also the panel, like how do the panel make you feel in the audition? Do the panel give off a vibe of being encouraging? Are they smiley? Are they friendly? Or are they quite aloof? Do you like that? Do you not? You are also deciding if you want to go and train at this place. Especially if you're getting bad vibes at the audition, that should tell you something. So yeah, so those are the two main things for when you're actually at the audition. And then finally, after the audition, rule 1, same with all auditions, try not to think about it. It's really hard, but just try not to. It's out of your hands, you cannot do anything else. You just need to wait for the yay or nay or recall. Which leads on to point number 2. If either you get recalled, which congratulations if you get recalled, or if it's a no, but you know that you want to audition at that institution again, try and go into whenever your next audition is with a clean slate. This is both from the point of view of like maybe an audition didn't go your way, not taking that to heart and thinking, oh, it's just because I'm crap. But also if an audition goes well, so for example, if you are called to recall, don't take it for granted that that means you're amazing and then that let you slack on your recall. Go in fresh. It's like the first time you're doing it. The second thing is if it doesn't go your way, because obviously if it goes your way and you get offered a place, then it's like, woo! If it doesn't go your way, it's not the end of the world. Firstly, because you can always audition next year. The chances of the drama school that you want to go to being shut down before you get a chance to go there is quite low. But secondly, especially if you're auditioning for drama school to start straight after you finish school, like secondary school, high school, a lot of drama schools actually prefer slightly more mature students to students that are coming straight from school. If you go straight to drama school, you've spent most of your adult life, which obviously at that point has been quite short, around other actors and other theatre people and people who do what you do. When you're an actor, chances are you're not portraying other actors. And so having been out in the world and met people who are not actors, you know, having done other jobs or studied something different or whatever it is, I think there are some drama schools, especially the 3-year ones, where they know they're going to get a lot of 17, 18-year-olds applying who actually appreciate that. So if you don't get in first time, A, that gives you a chance to get some of that life experience if you are 17 to 18-year-olds and just finishing school. But secondly, more practically, what I would say is to take any feedback that you did get from your audition, whether that's written feedback afterwards, which you might be able to get, especially if you get to the recall stage, or even like in the room, if you got any comments or redirection from the panel. If the panel offered you any advice, they might do, you never know. They know that you're wanting to train, so depending on who is on your audition panel, they might offer you some advice. And, you know, work on it for next year, whether that's working on things by yourself. Maybe if it's just from the experience saying, you know, I chose this song because I thought I liked it, but actually by the time it got to the audition, I didn't really, or there were loads of people singing this song as well, so maybe I don't want to pick that one again. And then the final piece of advice that I have for after the audition is, in my opinion, and I'm not speaking from experience here, but I wanted to share it as well, and I'll explain why in a minute, is that in my opinion, it is better to wait a year to audition again for the drama school that you want to go to, but this year it didn't go your way, or whatever year you're auditioning it didn't go your way, than to settle for a drama school that you're feeling meh about. Drama school is expensive, and like I said, not from my own personal experience, but from some of my colleagues that I work with in my resting job front of house, who a lot of whom are studying at the moment, the amount of times that I've heard them complain about their courses and complain about how they're spending so much money on their course and they don't feel like they're getting their money's worth and that they wish they hadn't gone. I can't speak to why these people decided to go to their drama schools. I'm not like close friends with them. I don't know why they decided to train where they trained, but I wonder if part of it might be, and I don't know in this specific case, but I do think you want to go to drama school, you're ready to go, you're auditioning, you want to go, right? So I think it can be really tempting when you get an offer to be like, well, I want to train now, so I'm going to take this offer even though it's not my first or even second choice. There's so much that you can do with a gap year that I don't think, especially if you're 17 or 18 years old, I don't think you need to rush. There's so much you could spend that money on. Even if the course you're on is eligible for tuition fee loans, like, it's still a lot of money. You could spend those loans doing any other course up and down the country that gives you a university degree, right? You know, you don't want to be training at an institution and thinking, I could have just waited a year and I could have gone to the drama school that I loved, assuming that I got in, and then what I'm paying would feel worth it, rather than being somewhere where you don't feel that you're really valued. Maybe, you know, you're not getting all of the one-to-one tuition that you feel that you need in terms of singing tuition or acting tuition, where you don't think that the school is really pushing to get you seen by industry people, which in the end is what you need. You need agents and casting directors and people in the industry who are making work to see you, to know to bring you into audition, right? To know that you exist. Like, it's hard, but you can start an acting career without drama school, which if you want a video specifically about that, if I haven't made one already, I don't think I have, then let me know. Drama school makes starting an acting career easier, but you don't need it. If you are determined and you get good advice and you follow that good advice, you can begin an acting career without going to drama school. So you're better off saving your money and doing that until you get into the drama school you want to go to, than spending thousands and thousands of pounds on a course that you hate. And like, best case scenario, you get through it and you're like, well, that was a waste of my time and money. I guess I'm gonna have to start from scratch anyway, basically. Or having such a horrible time that you drop out of the industry completely, and so you've wasted your time and your money, and now you're working in a completely different industry, which isn't like a good or a bad thing. Like, it's your life, do what you want, but it's just kind of, it wouldn't be a nice ending to that story. Do you know what I mean? That's after the audition. Let's do the outro. I feel like this video has been very, very long, and I need to call my mum back because she's been calling me. So yeah. So that was my advice on auditioning for drama school and how to prepare, especially if you want to audition to start next year. I hope you found this video interesting and informative. Let me know if there's any topics that you would like me to expand on in the comments below, and whilst you're there, you might as well hit the like and subscribe button. I'm pretty sure Josh has said it a couple of times if it made it into this edit, so you know, do him a solid and like and subscribe to my channel. And then if you're into Warhammer, subscribe to his. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Oh my god, I've literally just messed up my usual outro because I've already told you to like and subscribe, and I do the would love to have you on the channel bit. But yeah, I guess I'll fix that in editing. Story of my life. Stay tuned for more theatre content from a UK perspective, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends!